How much money do you think you need to earn per year to be financially comfortable? That wasn't rhetorical. I'd actually like to know. Let me know down in the comments. The average American said that they need to earn $233,000 every year in order to feel financially comfortable. But unfortunately, the average American only earns about $71,000 per year. If you look at the median income, it's much lower than that. So why do most Americans feel like they need to triple how much they're earning? And how can you feel financially comfortable and reach financial freedom while earning way less than that? Why Americans don't feel financially secure. One of the biggest reasons cited by over 60% is high inflation, which can obviously be extremely stressful, especially since that's out of our control. Other factors include the economic environment and raising interest rates. Another factor that over 40% of people said was insufficient emergency funds. And that's really not all that surprising, considering 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency with cash savings, according to the Federal Reserve. And as for retirement, 60% of Americans say that they don't have a retirement specific savings account, according to NerdWallet, which is extremely depressing. But something that's not depressing is subscribing to this channel. So feel free to subscribe. It really helps out the video and the channel. And also we try to give really good information here. So yeah. The more money you make, the more money you feel that you need in order to be comfortable. Now, high earners are more likely to say that they are financially secure and financially comfortable, with 42% of those earning $80,000 a year plus saying that they have complete financial security, compared to just 17% that earn $40,000 a year or less, and 27% of those who earn between $40,000 and $80,000. However, those high earners are also more likely to say that they're gonna need a lot more money in order to feel financially secure. So Americans say that they need to earn $233,000 per year, right? But that number drops significantly to $184,000 among those who are currently earning less than $50,000 per year. But it jumps all the way up to $341,000 for those who make $100K a year plus. So it's like the more money that you make, the more money that you think you need in order to feel financially secure. And that's because as you earn more money, your standard of living goes up. You have a nicer house, nicer car, all your bills are higher, and you just feel like you need more money. So when people actually make it to these higher levels, they still feel financially insecure because it's not necessarily about how much money you make as it is about how much money that you're keeping, and most Americans aren't keeping much of their money. So now that we've talked about incomes, how much cash do Americans need to feel financially comfortable? I'd also love to hear what you guys think that you need down in the comments. I'm just interested to hear different people's perspective. 1 in 5 Americans say that they would feel financially comfortable with $1 million in cash, which is more money than most people will ever have in cash at one time, meaning that almost nobody would ever feel financially comfortable. So I think that that number's wicked high, but of course, financially comfortable means different things to different people. Some might be comfortable with just being able to pay their bills at the end of every month, while others might think about, the FIRE movement and being able to never work again, and that would be financially comfortable, and you need millions of dollars for that. So it's different for everybody. Now, a majority of the respondents said that they would need 100K plus in order to feel comfortable, which actually makes sense, as the average personal debt balance, including mortgages, student loans, stuff like that, was just over 100K at 101,000 back in 2022. So here's a breakdown of the response to that study. 8% said that they needed 10,000 in cash, 14% said 25,000, 36% said 100,000, and then just 4% didn't answer. Now, in that same Bankrate study, 72% of respondents said that they did not feel financially secure, although 46% said that they expect to someday, and that's just really depressing. It means that, you walk down the street, 3 out of 4 people you walk past are not financially secure. They are stressed about their finances, they're worried about stuff, and it just doesn't have to be that way. The government is literally printing money. There's so much of it out there, but it's just because I feel like a lot of Americans are not educated financially about how to earn more money, how to spend less money, what to do with it, how to invest, how to plan for their future. With TikTok, Amazon, Instagram, everything is just instant gratification, and that leads to consumerism and spending more money, which leads to financial stress and not feeling secure, and over half of people expecting to never feel secure about their financial situation, which is pretty depressing for one of the wealthiest countries in the history of the world. It doesn't need to be that way, which is why I'm so passionate about talking about all the stuff that I talk about. So if you are part of that 72%, what can you do in order to earn more money and spend less money that will actually make an impact almost immediately? Before we get to some ways to earn more, look at your monthly subscriptions, see if there's any of those that you don't need, or you can even look at your phone bill and see if you can save money by switching to a company like a partner of mine, Mint Mobile, which is who I use myself. I've been using them for a while. Absolutely love them. Mint Mobile is premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. Wicked cheap. And it is exactly as good as what I had before that was like a billion times more expensive. I noticed zero difference. It's also super simple to switch over. You do everything online. They don't have physical stores, and that's how they're so much cheaper, is because they don't have all the salespeople and the storefronts, and the overhead's a lot lower, and they just pass that saving on to you and me. And even though they are so much cheaper, they're built on the nation's largest 5G network, so it's really good service. They also have flexible monthly plans, so you can get more or less depending on what you need. And currently they're running a sale where you can get anyone, even the unlimited one, for just $15 a month. Absolutely crazy. It's reverse inflation. I don't understand why other people don't do this. They just like to hurt us. So yeah, if you want to save money, check out mintmobile.com/Gabe or go to the link down in the description to get started for just $15 a month. Start off with that emergency fund. That's one of the biggest causes. If you start off with that emergency fund, that actually can help you earn more, which I'll explain in a second. But building up a 3 to 6 month emergency is an absolute must as soon as you get out of high interest debt. It's a game changer. It can actually make you money. Next, build cash flow. Starting a business, investing in real estate, finding some way to earn a second stream of income, something that's relatively passive, or even if it does take some work, doesn't exactly trade 8 hours of working for 8 hours of pay. Might take 5 years to build that up, but if you started 5 years ago, you would have it right now. So start now so you're not like me and just be disgusted with your past self. In a couple of years, it'll be worth it. Cut your big three. That's your housing, transportation, and food. It's where most people spend most of their budget. So if you're stressed financially, don't get more house than you need. Don't get a fancier apartment than you need. Maybe even downgrade. It is a big life choice, but also so is being stressed financially and never having money. And then meal prep at home, stop going out to eat, make coffee at home, all that stuff. I've talked about this a lot in other videos. And then when it comes to earning more, when you have a fully funded emergency fund and you go to ask your boss for a raise, you have a lot more power, because you can say, I'm totally willing to step away from this job, and you are totally willing to step away from this job, because you can wait a couple months and find another job, as opposed to having zero leverage because you need to stay at that job no matter what. You can't take a step back, take a pay cut so that you can hopefully earn more at a different job that has like way more upside than where you're at currently. You don't have that opportunity if you don't have an emergency fund. Plus, just small things going wrong can really derail you and get you into debt. So that emergency fund is actually a way to earn more. So I'll see you down in the comments, and I'll also see you next week.